you're either, as a black man especially, you're either, in the street life, or you're doing something that you have no business doing. And the fact that I was able to, stay out of that mode and really, turn over a new leaf, in terms of my family dynamics, that was really big for me. So it was about setting the tone for not only my family, my siblings, but it was about people after me. I realized that I was doing a lot and that I could usher along a lot of people behind me. So in a sense, I felt like I turned into a trailblazer when I turned 21, because I'm changing my family dynamics by going to college and going as far as I've been right now. And I'm also, with Unfiltered Access, which you guys talked about in the beginning, I'm giving people that have a passion for writing an opportunity to come up and do that and build their portfolio. So just really started to look at everything that I had done since I turned 21, and I realized at that moment that I was doing the right thing. And that's when like I said, I became a trailblazer at that point. That's what I define myself as at this point.
Yeah, man, that's great to hear.
That's big, man. It's weird because I read your story, and it's like some of our circumstances were pretty similar, in how like going from a JUCO, stepping up to CSUN, and kind of just hitting the ground running. So I really respect your story and kind of what you've been through, man. Mm-hmm. So as far as CSUN, like, what's your proudest accomplishment, whether it be a story, whatever it is? What are you most proud of just working on? It could be growing up Unfiltered Access, whatever. Because I know a couple of people that we both know actually write for that site, and it's kind of crazy just how like connected, like the just CSUN and that whole journalism network is.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, my proudest moment was probably when I actually got a 4.0 during the semester. That was like 2 semesters ago when I was just really going hard. Yeah. That was probably my proudest moment, because that taught me how to, one, stay disciplined in my practice, but two, just really figuring out ways to maintain those grades and get that and maintain that level of excellency, because that's not something people do every day. And I think that's carried over into it's carried over into how I carry myself on a day in and day out basis now. I move with a lot of discipline, and I move with a great deal of hunger and hustle that I feel like most people my age really don't have. That's something you develop as you get a little older. But like, I feel like I'm really ahead of my time in terms of the way that I think and operate and carry myself. So that was probably my proudest moment. But I also learned, honestly, from my lowest of moments at CSUN, and that's when I first got there, and I didn't take the courses that seriously. I didn't fail a course, but I ended up getting I barely passed with like a 70% in one of my courses, one of the toughest journalism courses I had. I don't know if you guys ever had Professor Eisenstock.
No comment. I got really bad things to say about her, but whatever.
I got great things to say about her, but
me and her we had a beef, but whatever.
She was a gift and a curse,
pretty much.
She gave me a hard time the entire semester, and it was just really confusing in terms of what I learned. But at the same time, it taught me that I can't let someone in front of me dictate my own results if I can be in control of the end result itself. So yeah,
facts.
But yeah, man, I gotta ask you.
You ever take did you take journalism law, J400?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I'm more of a communications guy than anything. The journalism aspect is really my minor and emphasis. My minor, yeah.
I feel it.
Some of the courses you guys have taken,
I was flipped.
I probably haven't taken yet.
I was flipped. I was a journalism major and a comms minor. It's actually a good combo because you learn both the theory and the practice.
Yeah, I was journalism and business law, and I was kind of just dropped business law.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, let me ask you this: what was your favorite moment of covering the Super Bowl? What's the moment that you remember the most?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll go to the halftime story. I have probably one of the best halftime stories of anybody probably at the Super Bowl. I'm literally Yeah, I'm just gonna take that crown. I'm sitting there. At
I like this kid. I like this.
I'm probably sitting there, and I'm not the only one that has their story done. I pretty much had Patriots are done, the dynasty is over, Brady, Belichick, no more. Pretty much that was the gist of everything.
Yeah.
I ended up getting up out of my seat, and I'm sitting around Hines Ward and those guys, big former players, and I ended up going to the restroom, and I'm standing in line, and I'm listening to kind of the chatter going on among the fans that were there, and Patriots fans, they're dejected, they're just quiet, they just want to use the restroom and go sit down and maybe leave a little early. And then you have Falcons fans in line. You got the ones that are just over the top that were like, "Oh my goodness, this game's over. We're getting ready to win a Super Bowl.
Yelling Migos
Where are we
songs?
turning up?" That kind of they were worried about turning up. What kind of strip club they were going to? That kind of stuff. Because it was in Houston, and Houston is a really good nightlife.
Oh yeah.
And then you had the modest Falcons fans. They're like, I don't know. They have that Brady guy. And, that's when I started to think maybe they could come back because they do have Tom Brady. He makes a good point. So then I go sit down and, you know what happened in the second half and in overtime. It just got ugly. And then I went down into the tunnel in overtime. I'm watching the rest of the game go on. And lo and behold, I'm watching the game wrap up and just watching them drive down the field. And it was just so crazy seeing it all happen. I know it's Brady and you expect him to win, but just seeing how it all unfolded was still crazy. But I looked to my left, and this big, shadowy, looming, larger-than-life figure was next to me. And Shaquille O'Neal, yeah. Shaquille O'Neal standing there watching the game with me.
Did he talk like he had pudding in his mouth?
Huh?
Did he talk like he was pudding in his mouth? Because he talks like that.
Actually, Shaq was pretty quiet in that moment. He was just kind of like watching the game. So it's like, I wanted to talk to Shaq, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, I got to watch this game too.
I feel it.
And then just the game ended, and then, just seeing Arthur Blank literally roll by with the blankest stare on his face on the golf cart, because, that guy doesn't walk anywhere. And then, you see 2 Chainz and Usher walking through the tunnel, and Usher's mad as heck. He's just like, he's like yelling.
Hopefully he wasn't touching things.
Like,
shut up, Pete.
Yeah.
Shut up, Pete.
So it was just crazy seeing all that, and then just seeing all the Patriots family members and those guys just walk by. They were ecstatic. So the biggest highlight was really the halftime moment. Hearing all the fans and just seeing how they had different opinions, and then just seeing it all unfold in the second half.
That's what's up. I kind of want to shift back a little bit. One last sound question. Just the fact that you literally were covering a Super Bowl, and then obviously you go back to school and you're just like, all right, I'm in class chilling. How did you kind of navigate the social scene of CSUN? Because for transfers, everyone's a little bit different. Me, I'm the Hall of Fame guy of getting free food on campus. So I just want to know, as far as how you kind of maneuvered, clubs or whatever. Clubs on campus. How was that?
Honestly, I got to see Sun, and I kind of was in my own. I was a turtle. I had my own shell, and I stayed within that shell. I knew a few people, but I didn't really branch out. I didn't try to join any clubs, and that probably was my downfall early on. But so to kind of. I really came out of that shell after the first semester at CSUN. My second semester was when I really started to get active, because I did so well. Besides Eisenstock's class, I did really well. And this society reached out to me. It was a society, huh?
SPJ, Society of Professional Journalists? Was it them?
No. It was like an honor society. They reached out to me because my grades were so high. Yeah. So I joined that, and that kind of helped. But mainly, I met someone in my classroom. Her name was Joy Sams. No, not Joy Sams. I'm sorry. Her name is Joy, but she is one of the next big up and coming people in the radio industry in terms of the hip hop world and dynamic. She's interning at Sony right now, and she was at Universal over the summer, and does stuff with Power 106. But I did a podcast with her before she started to get big on me. We did a culture podcast, And, just that, I think that really kind of helped me, network with people, because I had people listening and they were really intrigued and they wanted to get to know me. And then it's just like, I started to realize that podcast and just meeting different people in general and talking to people really made a difference, especially in the classroom, because then I felt comfortable. I didn't have to worry about, not expressing myself and not being understood, that kind of thing. It became more of a community after that podcast really with Joy.
That's what's up. So as far as, getting more immersed in campus life and networking, all that, and then, again, you literally covered the Super Bowl. There are people who work most of their careers and don't do that. And you have Unfiltered Access. You're creating a platform for yourself and others. Where do you see yourself, like, in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, honestly, writing is my bread and butter right now, but I understand that the writing industry is dwindling, and that's why you guys have a lovely podcast and you're on a radio station.
Thank you.
So, yeah, my biggest thing is, moving in front of a microphone or in front of a camera. So either a podcast is my biggest thing that I'm looking to do, or moving in front of a camera, whether that be here in Los Angeles or wherever somebody wants me. But I see myself in front of a camera doing my thing, really just starting to really pick up in that aspect, because I feel like I have a lot to offer in front of the camera, personality wise, and then just my dedication to, putting together an outline to talk about things and make points. And then just, the industry is, it's ever flowing. So just all the connections that I have, I don't see why I couldn't move in front of the camera.
I just want to say, you don't have to pick, man. Like, you can do it all, and just stay true to yourself. If you love writing, don't let the money discourage you. Don't get jaded like me.
Or me, a little bit. But nah, like,
you can do it all. You can do it both.
Feed your own platform, but also, like you said, branch out, do your own thing, and talk to Lincoln. Like, the first thing tomorrow or whenever, go talk to Lincoln in Valley View. If you really want to do it, talk to Lincoln. And there's a couple other people there who you can reach out to. And find Stacy Long. She does PR.
But yeah, man, it was great talking to you, man. You really like reignited something inside. I think both of us too. Just your hunger,
it's good to
everything
see the youth
you got
winning,
going
man.
on. Yeah, man.
It's good to see the youth winning.
Really proud of you. Keep up the grind. But before you go, plug up all your social channels and where our listeners can find you.
Oh, okay. So I'm on social media. Mainly I'm on Twitter. So at Unfiltered DTs. That's the word unfiltered and then the two letters DT. If anybody out there is listening and they want to, take a look at unfilteredaccess.com, go for it. And if you really feel like it's something that you want to be a part of, feel free to reach out to myself on Twitter again. That's Unfiltered DT. And then, we have the site Twitter as well, which is Unfiltered Access. That's Unfiltered, the word AXS. Guys, thanks for having me on. And, you guys can still do whatever it is that you want to do. Just, really reach out to people and, people like myself, trailblazing. It's about who you know.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's why we're connecting and trying to build together.
Yeah, you never know. Down the line, we might end up having something, on a nice big platform. So
yeah, man. Well, if you're ever in Culver on a Thursday at 8:00, pull up on us. Yeah. We got plenty of chairs over here.
Yeah, think about think about integration for your platforms, podcasts, whatever you want to do. Start small.
Yeah, and
just branch out that way. You can never go wrong with it.
I'm of the Lil Wayne mindset where you do it big and let the small fall under that.
Hey,
so,
hey, shout out to Wayne's birthday.
Bars.
I'm
just waiting for the Carter 5. That's about it.
All right, guys. I'll let you guys.
You have a great night.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, man, that was a great call.
Oh my God, I can't stop coughing.
I know KB loves when he hears some spark and enthusiasm from the youth, and definitely trailblazing, paying it forward.
Anytime young black men are successful and doing it big and calling their own shots, I love that, because the narrative in the media is something totally different, and I really don't like that. And also, like, it's crazy the fact that this kid went to the same high school, same junior college, same college, making waves, impacts,